Coming in. Hello, hello. This is your girl, Miss Amelia, with So Exceptional and Miss Amelia. I am at the school on a Monday, which is my day off because we don't have school on Mondays. But I really need to get my prior written notices done, paperwork done, so she can finish checking my corrections for my amendments for my IEPs, so I can get them sent off this week. I want to get all of them done today so I can get them printed off and put in the folder with this. The IEPs have to be revised so she can check them, so that I can get that done so I can be prepared to send those off. I also want to make the copies for the math binders and get the stuff situated for their English, because this is going to be the first official week where last week was the first week of school, but this would be the first official week where I'm actually like they're really diving into doing stuff, working on their IEP goals, working on curriculum. Um, I do my special ed classes a little differently, and I feel like that's the reason why my kids are able to be pushed back into the regular ed environment. Sorry. I I have a curriculum that I've built in here, but I also do their IEP objectives. But their IEP objectives is not something that I grade them on. I grade them on the actual curriculum. I had to build my own when my first year teaching here in this junior high school building. I was told, me and other junior high school teachers were told we had to build our own English curriculum. So I built my own. I bought my own books, my own textbooks. I found my own like reading books to do the literature part. Like I built literally, when I say I built my English curriculum from scratch, I built it from scratch. I've been working on it for 3 school years. It'll be 4 years that I've been here at this school in January. So I've been working on this curriculum for 3 solid school years. Well, 2.5 solid school years I've been working on. 2 full school years. This will be the third one. But it took me 2 full school years to develop this curriculum. And I feel like this curriculum that I developed is the reason why my kids are able to get pushed out into regular English. So I'm going to stick to it. Um, I found this basics, the throwback book. It's basic English grammar. I don't have it with me, not the other book, but it's like basic English grammar. And it teaches all the basics. It like breaks them down. Like when I say breaks them down, it's like a 14 chapter textbook, but it breaks them down. And I'm able to get like I want to say I'm able to get like the first 8 chapters done in the first semester. And then I finished 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the other 6 chapters I finished the second semester. The first 8 chapters goes over the parts of speech. Each chapter is a different part of speech. And I really break down the basic English grammar for them and build them up to a point where they can write essays and paragraphs and stuff like that. I also include, last year I added a school newsletter that goes out to everybody in the school. And it's where they have to stay on topic. They have to write something in detail, stay on topic. They have to find their mistakes. I'm able to do that, and I think that's why I'm still gonna have them do that. But this year, I'm I'm just gonna have my kids that I have for study skills work on that this year. But I feel like me doing my curriculum the way I do it, like with me focusing on that stuff, and then having an IEP binder for them to strictly just work on their IEP objectives and do like one-on-one with them is why my kids are able to progress the way they progress. Um, the past couple years, like I focus on their IEP objectives, but I'm gonna do it in a different type of way now. My caseload is slightly smaller for most of my classes, except for like fourth hour. I have too many kids in there. I can't do one-on-one at all. Like it's not possible. And Sixth hour is just the hour where it's just study skills. So those kids only come in there to get help on their work, and that's when I help them on any work from their other classes. Sixth hour is the only hour I do that. The other hours they come in, got a couple of them. Fourth hour has kids for study skills, fourth hour and sixth hour. The other hours was just either English or math they're in here for. So it works out good for me like that. So I'm going to, this school year, my plan is anyway, to do one-on-one stuff with their IEP bonders, but the first set of IEP work in their IEP bonders, I want them to do it by themselves. I have them do stuff by themselves first because they'll give me an actual clear indication on what they're truly struggling with, especially these kids that I have this year, because majority of the kids that I have this year are from the other teacher from the previous year. And I don't know these kids. Like, I don't know what they're capable of. Like, I don't know. And since I don't know, I can't really determine what they truly need to work on because they're not my students. Or they're my students this year. They're my students now, but they weren't my students previously. And I didn't write their IEPs. The kids that I do have that were my students last year that are now in the 8th grade, 2 of them are got pushed into regular English. Like I said, I do my job. I do my job really well. My goal is to get my kids to where point they don't need me anymore. So they only have me for study skills now, 2 of them. And the one of them, they're trying to push her out too. So this semester, I'm supposed to do the English curriculum that they do in the other class so that in December, after finals, when that's over, when we get back from Christmas break, they can push her into that class too. So, and after that, I only have one more 8th grader left that I'll teach English to. All my 8th graders this year, all my kids that I IEPs for, all but like one of them is being pushed into regulated English. So all these kids that I have to teach English to and work on their stuff, like the only stuff I'm working on my kids with, and I had one girl, she's just in here for study skills. She is only here for behavior. Like most of my kids that I had IEPs for, they no longer really are with me for real anymore. I just have them for study skills. The kids that I didn't have for this be my second year with them, I got my kids to a point where they only got me for study skills because they go to high school next year. So my goal be to try to get them to a point where by the time they get to high school, they're just in special ed for study skills, which is called transition when they get to high school. And eventually by their sophomore year, they can have that dropped altogether. And that way they're able to just completely be out of sped and they can take the classes they want to take that'll help them with be more successful in their future. And so, but this whole group of kids that I got in, I don't know these kids, so I don't really know what they can and cannot do. And the IEPs that I get from the other teachers, all of their stuff seems to be like the exact same. Like they have them, all the kids have the same goals, and they're not supposed to have them. Everybody's stuff supposed to be different based off their own individual evaluations and stuff like that. So I do my own evaluations. It takes me longer. It's more time consuming. It makes it a little bit more difficult for me, but it is what it is. I feel like though that's the reason why my kids are so successful and they're able to get out of special ed because I take the time in the beginning of the year to see exactly where each one of my students are. I've used the school's curriculum, math and reading, growth measurement tests. I use them in the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and the end of the year. I do that so I can gauge their progress, we'll see where they're at, if they're actually ready to be in the school's curriculum that they have to do. I do that. I do a STAR test also to double check their reading score. The math brochure test, I look at that, but I also give them a handwritten math assessment test to see their math placement, to see where they are. Like I'm very thorough in checking where my kids are. And I look at the IEP objectives that the other teacher wrote to determine what's going to be in their IEP binders, and I include that stuff in their IEP binders, but I also look at my math placement test to see exactly what that kid is struggling in for real. So see, okay, this kid really needs to work on this. And I do that with reading also, because just like that person will say all the kids are on first grade reading level. And then when I do a STAR test, I do a reading measurement growth test. And I do all these tests, assessments on these kids, and they're showing that they're reading at a higher level and understanding as well. I'm not keeping those kids low because some of these kids, they just got in special education while they were in sixth grade. I'm not dropping them that low. My goal is to drop them no more than 2 grade levels below because I want them to build them back up to where they can get out of sped. Um, like I will toot my own horn with that because I hate that bell. I feel like that shouldn't ring on Mondays or whatever. But like I'm gonna toot my own horn with that because I know as a special education teacher, I do what I need to do to get my kids out of here. Um, and I love that for me. Like I love the fact that I do my job so well that my kids get pushed out. Like I'm like seriously. Like when I say I'll be proud of myself when I get a kid and they tell me, hey, this kid needs to be pushed out. What? I'd be so happy. I'd be proud for those kids. I'd be happy for those kids. But I more so be proud of myself because it lets me know, okay, Mill, you doing your job. Like you are truly doing your job because these kids are being pushed out into regular education. But yeah, um, that's all I'm working on is the PW wins, which is prior written notices. That's all I'm doing today. And like I said, I'm putting the creating their and also I created my own math curriculum as well. Like I use the stuff from the regular math curriculum and I also use my own. So it's like a merging thing to make it more basic for my students. I have 7 students that I teach math to this year. And I have 9 students that I teach English to this year. One of them I have to teach her a completely different English because I have to get her ready to be pushed back into regular ed, like I said. And the other 8 I'm teaching the regular my English curriculum. But yes, that's pretty much it for this vlog. I just wanted to talk about like what I do as a special education teacher to get my students prepared for the regular education like environment. Like that's all I wanted to talk about. Um, Tomorrow I'm going to show what I do to get ready for the morning time with the students, and I'm going to prop up this camera for I'll probably prop it up first hour because I just have one student and it's one-on-one. I do one-on-one math with her. She's the only one in here. She's my only 8th grader that I teach math to. And I don't do math with any other 8th graders. They're in regular ed math. Again, I be doing my job. So I'm gonna prop it up and do that with her. So I do math with her first hour. She's the only student in here first hour. They're talking about putting ELL kids in here. I hope they don't. But if they do, it is what it is. But like, because this school does not know that I do have my Arizona teaching certification, I have a ESL, ELL endorsement on there, but I don't have it on my Missouri one. That's intentional because they don't pay you the extra money here at this school district for having stuff like that. So I'm not about to volunteer the extra stuff that I did because they're not going to give me the money for it. So, yeah. Anyways, because that was my concentration for special education. I had to pick a concentration for special education with my master's, and I picked ESL, ELL. The English as second language / English language learners. I picked that as my concentration. So yeah, this school that I work at don't know that, but I did. But yeah, but I'm gonna prop y'all up to do my math lesson, and because it's one-on-one math lesson, I'm gonna do that with her in the morning, first hour, and show myself, like I said, getting set up. And for maybe, I don't know. I don't know my schedule. Maybe 5th hour. also, I'll prop it up fifth hour too, because I only have like 2 or 3 kids in here fifth hour. And the girl that I teach the English lesson to, that I have to teach the eighth grade regular curriculum English lesson to, she's in here, and that's like a one-on-one thing. So I'll do one-on-one instruction. I'll film the one-on-one instruction stuff with this vlog, and that'll be pretty much the whole entire vlog be just for tomorrow. And then the next vlog, I will be talking about, I will break down like what an IEP is for, the IDA Act, like what it truly means, and what rights the parents have. I'm going to start making a video because I'm going to try to post 2 videos a week. One video is going to be talking about like really breaking down IEPs and what they mean and the rights that parents have, and making sure like other teachers and other people actually understand fully IEPs and accommodations, modifications. So this is pretty much all it's going to be in this one. Like I said, I'm going to do a one-on-one teaching for English and math, prop that up tomorrow. I'm only going to do a couple minutes of it. I'm not going to do too long of it, maybe like 5 minutes of each one, not long at all, just to give the whole spiel of how this goes. And then the next video will be about me covering like IDEA Act, the IDA Act, which is the like laws and policies related to special education, kids with their IEPs, all of that stuff like that. Because I realized a lot of people really don't understand it. But see you guys in the morning. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm going to say that like multiple times in the video. See y'all in the morning. There are 10 symbols. The 10 symbols are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 symbols. Each of these number symbols is called a digit. Today's date for the week of your assignment track is August 26th through August 29th. The number symbols you write to name numbers, those are called numerals. So, and these are a key want you to know, because I'm really going to hone in on these math vocabulary words. Because I know there's something you need to work on, so I'm really going in on these math vocabulary words. Like for instance, like the number 36. 36 is called a number. Y'all know that. But it really is a numeral or a group of number symbols. That's really what it is. The number named 36. The number named 36 may be shown in the following different ways. So, for example, the number 36. This is a numeral. Number 36 is called a number. But like on them standardized tests, some tests that maybe y'all take, they might say a numeral. Choose a numeral for something. So making sure you know all the different words for it, so you don't be confused, right? Or if they say a group of number symbols. If I want a group of number symbols, it's a numeral, right? So these are 3 different ways you can write the number 36, right? It's not the only way, it's just 3 different ways. Like this, you can write it like this, or you can write it like this. These are just three different examples of ways you can write the number 36. No matter which one of these ways you write, they're all going to come out to be 36. When the number is written in the form like 5746, what is this number? What? As a whole, like what is that as a whole? Those group of numbers symbols, what are they as a whole? What do you think it is? Before I say it. but what is the number? Like, what is this number? It's 4 digits. So we're gonna work on it. We need to work on it. All right. So this number right here is 5,746, and this right here is showing it in its standard form. Standard form, that means it's written all together. But you also got like an expanded form of it, right? So you have an expanded form of this, it'll be like me doing to break it down for you. 5,000 plus 700 plus 40 plus 6. This is an example of expanded form. And this just means that it's separated. It's separated or broken down. I'm gonna even go a step further. The middle part not stapling no more?
Nope.
Not stapling. There you go. It's shut now. I'm gonna go a step farther, and I'm gonna do 5 times 1,000 plus 7 times 100 plus 4 times 10 plus 6. It's still expanded form. So both of these are examples of expanded form. But one of them is using addition, one of them is using multiplication. So this one uses addition. This one uses multiplication. That's the symbol for multiplication. That's the symbol for addition. To add. To multiply. The mean. Right?
Right.
Now, before we go any farther, I'm going to talk about place value with you. Since when I asked you what this number was, you weren't sure what the number was. So I'm going to talk about place value with you. Place value is how each digit has a certain spot or value within the numbers. So if it's 4 digits, I'm going to give you this too. I have to bring it to you, like the little chart. So if it's 4 digits, it's thousands. So you have, we're going to just start off with the 4 digits first, and we're going to work our way up to more. This is the ones, tens. Oh, I didn't need to make that big. Hundreds and thousands. Okay? And when you have like a 4-digit number like this, you'll always have a comma right here. Okay? So, I already told you, each digit has a certain place value and a face value. These are the place values of each one of these. The face value tells you how many ones. So, let me see. If I have 5,746, How many ones is here? Yes, it's 6 ones. How many tens are there? Okay. How many sevens? Oh no! I didn't mean to say that.
Hundreds.
Ah, yes.
You meant that.
Yes. How many thousands?
5.
Yes. Okay. So how would you say that? 40. Yeah, so 5,746. That's how you can say it. You can think of it like, to me, I would think of it more like this. As the multiplied standard version, expanded version, because then you can see the values. So you got 5 times 1,000, so you know you're going to say 5,000. 7 times 100, so you're going to say 700. 4 times 10, so you know that's going to be 40. And then the 6 is by itself. Let's take, now we already broke down the 5,746. When you write numerals in words, your hyphens and are used between the 10s and the 1s. So, okay, so turn to page 6. We're on page 5 and 6. Okay? So, when you write the numerals in words, you will use hyphens to separate, like, if we write, for instance, 41, you'll put a hyphen in it. We're going to read the numeral. Now, we're going to stick to it. No, I'm going to challenge you. You ready? Let's read the numeral. What do you think that numeral is at the bottom? That 152784668. What do you think? How do you think that you're supposed to say it? Is it 4 digits or it's more than 4 digits? So it's going to be more than that. Now I told you I was going to challenge you. So how many digits did you see? Okay. You sure it's 6? Ah, okay. So if we have this number, what's the number? 1, 5. What's the number? Tell me what the numbers are.
2, 7,
Where are you getting dash from? Ain't no dash on that top. On the top. The one first said, let's read the numeral. All the numbers together. You see, you're trying to skip ahead. Keep that booklet open, because that's how the pages gonna rip out. We don't want the pages ripped out because they gotta last you. Well, so what come after the 7?
4,
Okay.
6, 8.
All right. So, first, when we're trying to figure out how we're gonna value, what we're gonna see what the face value is of these numbers is, first we're gonna start by marking them off in groups of 3 digits. And we're gonna start back here. Okay? So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, put a line here. And 1, 2, 3, put a line here. That's gonna let you know where your commas are gonna go. You gotta place a comma in every 3 numbers. You place a comma. You start from back here. You work your way up. Okay? So if we read each group, so now we know we gotta mark them like this. So we know we gotta place commas there. So we gotta have a comma in these spaces like this. So now we have this right here. So we know this is the what place? Yeah, so that's the ones place. This is the what? This is the. This is the. We can cross the comma. So what is it? Yeah. Now you got to get a little tricky. Then you got the 10,000. you know 1 million, huh? Oh, you see it on the paper, you looked ahead. You looked ahead. Okay, yep, and then that's the 1 millionth place. So we got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and 1 millionth place. So now I want you to tell me, how do you think you're supposed to say this number? So if you got 8s, 6 tens, 4 hundreds, 7 thousands, 20 thousands, 500 thousands, 1 million. So how do you think I'm going to say this? I ask you, tell me what this number is. How are you going to say? Read it to me. Like, how are you going to say what that number is? What does it say? What does it say on the report?
1,000,000
Don't read the dash, girl. That's just
527,468.
Yep. That's how you read them. Okay, so now what I want you to do is to get you a piece of paper. And I want you to take these notes down. And after you take these notes down, I'm going to erase this. And after I erase this, I'm going to give you a series of numbers, and I want you to tell me the place value, to identify the place value of each one of them.